Back. We're back now. Time to do this again. And this time, I got water. Hi, Kieran. Hi, Elko. My gosh. Welcome, welcome. So, I played the entire first case last week, and near the end of the whole thing, my voice literally gave out. So, this time I'm not drinking. Maybe not. I got shit to do tomorrow, so I can't drink. I got water. Hi, Chase. Welcome. So, yeah, I gotta deal that tomorrow. Oh, yeah, but I'm down here. I forgot I was down here. I'm down. I keep forgetting this green screen thing. I always forget. Hold on. Give me 1 second to, like, see. Do I look like... Am I off the edge too much? A little bit? Alright. Ugh. Not carbonated water? No. No, regular water. Carbonated's probably making my throat worse. It's all the same. I've got a thing... I got a new thing I want to try out and play around with, too. I got this little vocoder thing, and I got some stupid things I want to try. I don't know. It makes my voice sound stupid. For example, let's see if this actually goes. I can't hear this, but maybe you can hear this. Maybe you can hear my voice being really high right now. Or deep. Or fucking deep! Bitch! I don't know. This is what it sounds like. So, I don't know. I might play around with this a little bit during the stream. Or that's the normal voice. I gotta remember to put my voice to normal every time. Ugh! So, okay, let's go. Play game. Go, gameplay. The adventure of the unbreakable speckled band. Oh no. Is this a break my choker joke happening right now? That's lewd. We don't look at that sort. We don't look at that sort of thing. We're very pure, and we don't look at that sort of thing on the internet.
In a corner of that small, dark room, Sholmes and I waited with bated breath. In time, there came from the ventilator a hiss and a soft, almost growl-like sound. Suddenly, Sholmes sprang into action, slashing furiously with his hand to point in the darkness. "You see it, Wilson?" he yelled, his tense voice reverberating through the air.
Wilson instead of Watson?
I raised my dark lantern shutter, and the room slowly came into view.
Okay.
Sholmes was staring intently at one particular corner when he started whispering to me. The victim's most perplexing final words. The speckled band. I believe this is the terrible coil to which you referred, Wilson. In front of us was an enormous adder, its fangs bared as it threatened to strike.
Shoot it! Shoot in the face!
It was the most terrible speckled band I had ever seen.
And I know fashion. Yeah, I get it. Copyright, fun shit. Always great. The estate of Sherlock Holmes would like to have a word, please.
Let us unravel
or is that
this
Sir Conan Doyle?
Led to this curious
If Sherlock Holmes had night vision, though.
The cabin door was bolted from the inside when the man was killed. No marks to suggest the bolt was tampered with in any way.
Except for that one thing that's like off the hinge.
Locked room mystery. In his final moments, the victim scrawled a message on the floor. Almost certainly with the ink from this upset bottle.
And I'm very upset at that upset bottle.
Russian word. So the victim was a Russian man then. And the letters are well formed, suggesting he was compos mentis at the time. This is a most extraordinary script. And evidently not penned by the same hand as this message. In fact, I deduce it was written by someone of a different nationality.
Well, it's time to shoot this gun after the message now. What the fuck is this gun? No, what? Okay.
This paper seal was placed just prior to the incident.
It's a fucking spray gun.
Well, what have we here?
I wasn't ready for steampunk Sherlock Holmes, though.
Who are you? And
What?
what do you think?
What was that?
No one must touch before maritime police come. We must wait.
Vast wait.
Necessary. You see, In less than 5 seconds from now, I will reveal the killer to you.
What? Don't be absurd. This
Absurd!
is I need cabin locked from inside.
Ah yes, the locked room. But that mystery is paper thin.
You don't mean the culprit is in there?
Who are you? And where have you come from?
I'm a great British consultant detective, the only one in the world. Sherlock Holmes. I presume you must have heard of me.
No, I've heard of a different guy, similar name. And is it me? Am I inside the cabinet? Am I going to go on trial again? Has Ryunosuke fucked up again? He better have. Ugh, my head is throbbing. Assuming that's me. Oh, wait. Wait, why are controls not working? Controls? Weird. What? Okay, I don't know why. I had to click within the I had to click within the game space. Something's not right here. There's trouble in the air. Oh, is there? So we're on a ship. Awesome. Wait. I can't move. Uh-oh. Did you commit murder again, Ryunosuke? What have I fucking told you? Why am I in handcuffs? So you wake up now, hmm? Oh, Dad. We have to drag. I just want to give him heavy weapons guy voice. To drag you out in the wardrobe. I can't do that voice very well, though. What's a good voice? I don't know. Let's try this one. We had to drag you out of the wardrobe. I do not believe how you could not wake up. You are true cold-blooded, man. Oh, I can't really... I can't do the voice thing. Z is actually skipping the dialogue when I do it. We found... Okay, I gotta try to... That's not how you spell that word. Hey! You can't, just because you're the part of the Kremlin doesn't mean you can replace a K with everything. We found you. Now we make you pay, da. I don't know. I gotta fucking pretend bad Russian accent. Let's go. How are you hiding in tiny wardrobe, hmm? Sorry. I don't know. Now you have been found, as it is time to admit your crimes. This is now his voice. I don't know what the fuck this voice is. It's gonna happen. Unless you want to find out how cold the ocean is, hmm? No, I'll tell you everything. The ocean's fucking cold, by the way. There's only one thing I'd like to know from you. Isn't that? Oh, it her. Why did you do it? Why did you? Why do I keep killing people every time? Why did you take his life? Miss Susato. Wait, what did you say? Take his life? Where is he? Where's Kazuma? Oh no. Did I kill Snake? No. Ha! You pretend not to know. You are a wolf in sheep's belt. You are the killer. Do not try to make excuses. What? Kazuma-sama's body was discovered not long ago. This is the voice I'm trying to figure out her voice still, too. We had to drag Ryunosuke out of the closet. Oh no. Let the jokes commence. Here in this very cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. His body? Please, do not try to tell us you were doing this terrible thing in your sleep. Kazuma's dead? No, don't kill me, no. But he can't be. Katana boyfriend? How? Yeah. His headband is waving in heaven now. Hi, cartoons. Hi, Calbeck. People are back, ready for the bad impressions. And these handcuffs, surely you don't think I have to know. Why did you take Kazuma-sama's life? Answer me, please! Please! It's a really tepid please, though. You don't have to... No! Oh my god, no! Why is this... No. Kazuma, it was just 2 short weeks ago that he saved my life, so I decided to murder him in cold blood. Ha ha! Ah, don't you find it fun being a stowaway? Besides, how else could you come to England with me to study? It was really something else when they brought your luggage in here earlier, though. The way that Russian crewman just tossed your traveling case onto the floor. I thought I was going to die. Yeah, well, I can't quite believe that. I didn't really think you'd be able to fit inside my trunk, but man, you're flexible. You must be even less of a man than you look! Oh, boy! Now we have the motive for why I killed Kazuma! He questioned my manliness. Hey! Hey, I'm manly! Hey! Honestly, I thought I'd broken every bone in my body. Uh-huh. Well, it's about 50 days until we dock in Great Britain. Jesus Christ, it's a long boat ride. But if you confine yourself in my cabin here, I don't expect anyone will discover you. Ugh, I hope not. I get the feeling these Russians wouldn't be very forgiving of a stowaway. That is correct. We do not forgive. There's a study bunch. That's a study bunch. I don't know what. That's for sure. What I want to know is, why do we need to keep it a secret from the young lady? From our faithful judicial assistant Mikatoba, you mean? From your close friend, more to the point. Surely we could confide in her, couldn't we? I don't believe she'd give me away. No, but if she knew what we'd done, that would make her guilty by association. It's best that only you and I know about this. So, I'm gonna lock you in my room for about, almost 2 months, so, enjoy that. Mm-hmm. Like I said, yeah, it's true. But that's like, yeah, you can't leave. You can't leave this room. I suppose to... Ryunosuke, put my headband on. They won't recognize you with the headband on. Anyway, it's about the time that Stewart is supposed to come and clean the cabin. Get in the closet, little boy. You better get in there. But you better get in there. I think it won't be for long. It won't be for long. And anyway, compared to the hiding inside my traveling case, it'll be a breeze. Yeah, but what if the stewardess decides to open the wardrobe for some reason? Then I'll be in for it. Stop worrying. I tell you what. Why don't you write "keep out" or something on this piece of paper? What? That's gonna make her want to look even more. Then I can stick it on the wardrobe doors once you're inside. I don't know. We've only been at sea for about 15 days. How can this have happened? We were supposed to be going on this adventure to England together. We leave you at the next port. Stay quiet until then. Don't make trouble for yourself. So if you murder someone on a ship, they just leave you at the port and they just leave you there. Where is the next port? I do not know. Murderer. No, I'm not a murderer. Not again. Da, you said before. You said you admit everything about your crimes. No, that's not right. I didn't say that at all. I mean, yes, I did stow away on the ship, but murdering my best friend? No one else could have done it. Admit the truth. We're gonna have a fucking trial on the ship. It is good thing we have court inside of the ship, yeah? It's like, what? Susanoo-san. Please, tell me what happened. I need to know. Very well. But there is something I would like to ask of you, too. Ugh, these eyes. They're so plain. She looks like she's about to destroy me. This nightmare is getting worse by the minute. I suppose all I can do is try to find out what really happened. Oh, are we gonna get to do investigations? Yay, investigation portion. Kazuma's death. He really has been killed, hasn't he? This isn't just a bad dream. And these handcuffs. They think I did it? They think I'm Kazuma's killer? When they found him, the cabin was locked from the inside. What do you mean? I fucking just said it was locked. Do I really need to repeat myself, you idiot? There's no access to the cabin via a porthole window, and the bolt on the door can't be operated from outside. In other words, after the crime, the culprit couldn't have escaped these 4 walls. What? Or to put it another way, the culprit could only have been someone inside this cabin. Or do you have some other explanation? There's like a vent right there in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. I mean, it's kind of small, but just saying. Just hey. Hey, Koromon, welcome. I didn't see you there. How did he die then? What exactly happened? Are you going to deny the charge, even despite the circumstances? Please, Susato-san, you have to tell me. The cause of death is still undetermined. They don't know how he died. The ship's doctor is examining the body, but of course, he has no post-mortem analysis experience. I don't suppose we shall learn more until an expert has been consulted at our next port of call. So presumably that means there was no obvious external signs of injury then? That's true, yes. About the incident. Can't anyone tell me what actually happened in this cabin? I don't understand. Why would anyone want to kill Kazuma? Presumably that's something you want to know the answer better than anyone else. Please, whatever you say, you were here in the cabin after all. Well, yes I was, but... He would always wake up before dawn and do his training first thing in the morning. It's time to do 5,000 squats! Florida man kills Japanese man... No, wait. Florida man builds time machine only to go kill a Japanese man in a fictional video game hundreds of years in the past. I was waiting outside his cabin as I have every day so far in this voyage. But this morning he did not come. Lewd. I could sense that he wouldn't. Does that mean he was already dead when Susato-san arrived at his cabin door, I wonder? I knocked, but there was no reply. Then I started to become worried, so I wanted to find a member of the crew. The crewman forced the cabin door open, and when they managed to get inside... So wait. Hold up. First thing I noticed is, like, during that cutscene, he looked at the Russian letters, and he was like, this man is Russian. And I'm like, bullshit. We already know Killer is one of the Russians, because he made him write a Russian in Russian. Oh my god. Just come on, really? There was Kazuma-san, collapsed on the floor. Wow, that's a great tape eye line. Oh, they love it. And the white tape now there shows exactly where he was found, I suppose. I had no idea anything had happened. I must have been asleep in the wardrobe somehow. I want to give her a better voice. I just don't know what... This is the voice I have. It's kind of very boring. What do I need to give her? What kind of voice do I want her? Valley Girl? I wish it wasn't the case, but that's very hard to believe. Fluttershy voice? I wish it wasn't the case, but that's very hard to believe. I don't know. Help me, chat. Chat, give me suggestions on which one of those is better, or just the regular whatever fucker. I don't care. Bored goth girl in my head voice. I don't know. Now I've told you everything that I know. So it's my turn to ask you a question. Yes, alright. British accent? But she ain't British! Alright. My head feels so heavy. Also, a slight British accent. You have way too much confidence in my ability to do voice work. But okay. Fluttershy for the lulz. Oh my god, I don't know. Stowaway. Let's see if I can pull off slight British accent. Why you... I don't think I can do slight British. I can do, like, full-on English, British, whatever, but not really well, even. Why are you even on this boat, this ship, Naru-Hassan? You said something before I managed being a stowaway, didn't you? Oh, yeah. Should I just go for that? Fucking, she's full British for no reason. Smart-ass Twilight. I can't do Tara Strong voice. I can do Valley Girl. Yeah. I'm afraid that's true. It's 2 weeks since we left Japan now. I've been shut in this cabin the entire time. Oi, I had no idea! How could you not have occupied Kazuma-sama's cabin for so long without him noticing? So this is like the word. This is like if this is American tries to do British accent 101. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Yes. Asking a British person how to say Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry, British. I'm sorry, British fam. You can't say Tuesday properly. That would be impossible. Okay, I'm gonna go full British for fun, just for fun. Well, yes, of course. Cosmo invited me. He wanted us to go to England together. Oi, what the fuck is England? What the fuck? He actually asked you. And it's like not even British. It's like very like aggressive, accusatory, but like they're accusing you of all time. But why? I'm afraid I don't really know the reason myself. I don't understand. Cosmo, why do you want this? What's the real reason? Why go to such extreme lengths to smuggle me to England with you? I'm gonna be very fucking bored on the ship, you dude. I need a bro to hang out with. It's an idea that's been in my mind ever since the end of that incredible trial. I think I told you then, didn't I? That you ought to become a lawyer yourself. Well, yeah, you did say that, but I didn't think you were serious. You have a talent for it, I can assure you of that. But I've never really thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, that's something you can't decide for yourself. London is at the spearhead of cultural development, the center of the world in many ways. There can't be any harm in seeing such an important place in your own eyes, can there? Well, no, definitely not. But I'm doing an illegal thing to get there right now. But on a personal level, if you were to become a lawyer, then what? Nothing. Forget it. Kazuma-sama, he was always fighting the same thing. He's always saying the same thing. They wanted to change the Japanese legal system. Perhaps he thought that he could do that with this voice is throwing me off. Yeah, maybe, but something's still bothering me a little. Why the fuck do you sound like that, Susato-san? Look in his eyes, then. It was darker than I've ever seen it before. But his headband is still waving, so it's fine. Hey, Susato-san, I'm sorry we kept it a secret from you. My stowing away on the ship, I mean. Fine, if I knew Kazuma-sama, I expect he was trying to protect me, to avoid me becoming guilty by association. That's exactly right, yeah. Word perfect, in fact. Last night. I don't know. If you're not the culprit, then tell me. What happened last night here in the cabin, eh? Oi! Oi, you! What happened? Well, the thing is, I don't really remember. Kazuma brought me something to eat, just like he always did. And then I got myself into that wardrobe over there, just like I always did. After that, I fell asleep. Bloody hell. Yeah. So deeply that you didn't even stir when Kazuma-sama was killed. Yeah, well, yeah. I know it sounds unbelievable, really I do, but it's the truth. If only I'd woken up, then perhaps I wouldn't be in this predicament. And for some reason, my head's still throbbing like anything. Really? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's... Please forget it. Death signal. Susato-san, you have to believe me, I didn't do it. Oi, I really don't want to doubt you, but the trouble is, there is no one else who could possibly have done this. Ugh. Kazuma, I don't understand. Why? Why did this have to happen? I hate these questions. Like, why? Just fucking figure it out. I can't take this. Don't try to go anywhere. I'll slap you around, I will. You're the perpetrator of this crime. You can't leave. I can't allow that to happen. I'm sorry. Cosmo was right underneath my nose here, and I didn't do anything to stop it. And now I'm supposed to just sit around, my hands tied, while whoever did this walks free? No, I can't allow that to happen. Alright, whatever. Well, what do you propose to do then? He's like, yeah, you're yelling at the chalk lines. Who killed you? This is the fucking series that has spirit mediums. She looks an awful lot like one of them, actually. Funnily enough. But whatever. She's like, I'm gonna go found a spirit medium training facility that will not have any kind of consequence to later games. I'm gonna investigate. I'm gonna find out exactly what happened here. I'm gonna work out who took Cosmo's life and how and why they did it. Oh, it's fine. He's handcuffed. Oi! I know judo, yeah. I'll bloody flip you. I will. I'll fucking do it. That was a Susanoo takedown. A fucking what? I'm gonna need you to prove it. Sorry, prove it. Yee. Your innocence, I need evidence. But how am I supposed to... Have you forgotten already? What have you achieved just a few weeks ago? You successfully defended yourself in a court of law. Ah, yeah, I forgot about that. She expected me to present some conclusive evidence. I have to get Susanoo-san to believe me. I'll show her evidence right now that proves I'm not guilty of this awful crime. Oh, the paper seal would technically be like that. No, my university collar pin. I totally didn't stab him with this, therefore I'm innocent.
Yes!
Tell me, when I was discovered in the wardrobe before, was this piece of paper stuck over the doors? Oi! Yes, it was. I remember clearly. I thought so. Cosmo always put it in place whenever I went to sleep in there, just in case the cabin steward or another crew member decided to look inside. So naturally, he did the same last night as well. Oi! Of course! The gentleman who discovered you peeled the sign from the wardrobe doors before he opened them. But if I were truly the culprit, I couldn't have climbed back inside the wardrobe and stuck this on the outside of the door on my own. Oh man, but I'm gonna have to come up with a voice for Sherlock Holmes, aren't I? Shouldn't he be the accusatory British guy? I'm gonna have to reshuffle the voices around. Or should he be posh British guy? Should he be Nigel Thornberry? I'll work it out in a bit. I'll figure this out. In other words, it's impossible I killed him. Remember? Oh, should I give her the Kathy voice from the first time we tried to play the Ace Attorney games? It's your girl, Kathy! Oh god, that's gonna kill my throat if I try that. If I try to do that long term. The stuck-up rich British dude. Oh man. The posh. Yes. I could try that. She's just Cockney British. He's just posh British. Well, even if you're sprawled hopelessly on the floor, I can see why Cosmo-sama thought so highly of you. How is the British accent, by the way? Is it really as bad as I think it is? I think it's really bad. Thank you, Susanoo-san. Now do you think perhaps you could help me up? No! Fuck you! Fuck off! Bloody wanker. On the light of the evidence. Australian Sholmes. Can I do Australian? Right! We gotta do that. I could do an Australian Sholmes. I can do that. He's gotta be like, Crocodile Hunter. I can do that, kind of. It's terrible, and that's perfect. Yes! Perfect. It's a terrible British accent. It's so bad. British people are gonna hate me. They're gonna cut. They'll fucking threaten to kick my ass. It's great. All right. Well, in the light of that evidence, it's bad. I don't see any reason why I should stop you from investigating in here, at least. Thanks. So you finally believe me? No. What? I'm not sure yet. I can't rule out the possibility that you use some sort of conjuring trick to put the sign back in position. What the fuck? Who do you think I am? I'm fucking stupid. I don't know how to do that. For now, I suggest you investigate as thoroughly as possible in here. I'll do the same. Alright, let's get to work. I don't like that he's like has to use the word Susato-san all the time. So I might just start cutting off the names at the end when he starts saying that. Please don't misunderstand me. I still have my doubts. I shall be watching you to make sure you do no cockamamie bullshit. Disturbing the crime scene. I wouldn't want you to be using your conjuring tricks to destroy evidence, for example. Yeah, whatever. I know a British person's disappointed in me when they don't offer me tea. That's how you know. Again, I went to England. First thing we did when I was being hosted by a British friend of mine. First thing we did when I got to their place, have some tea. And it was like midnight when I got in. Nope, have some tea. Anyways, I have to make a start on investigating here, examining. My only issue is, can I carry this voice for her the entire game? Because I'm assuming she's going to be a mainstay in the game. She is probably going to be my assistant going forward, isn't she? Every fucking episode she has a different voice. Maybe that's the route we go. I don't know. I will avenge your death! Or something. Alright, so I think I've talked with her the entire... Yeah, I've talked with her. If I remember how Ace Attorney games go, you have to talk everything. Present my college pin. Hey, look! Look, I went to college. Hey, look at this. I'm sorry, Naruto-san, but fuck off. Must find clues. You cunt. That's right. I'm not being British enough. I need to use the word cunt a lot more. Next time. Oh, she could be Irish today. Ah, yeah. Well, I think I'm probably way better at the Irish accent then. Should I just make her Irish now the entire time? She's not Irish for the rest of the time. Oh, I converted over there. Hey, laddie, shut the fuck up. It feels a lot more natural to me to do the Irish. Maybe I should just go for it. Examine. Well, we'll figure it out later. Oh, he's been here the whole time. That's my dinner from last night. A roast chicken. It was really tasty. Oh, yeah, it was very delicious, wasn't it, buddy? Boy, oh. What did you eat on the floor? I'm not a dog's zone. I ate it at the table, of course. Which begs the question of when and how the plate ended up on the floor. Well, ships move, so, you know. Not turbulence, you know what I mean. Rocking back and forth. Because Amazon didn't like the chicken at all, did he? No, that's right, so he didn't touch it. Which meant all the more for me. Oh, shit! Does that mean... What Cosmos must have spent his last night in the house with his empty belly? Nah. Now I suddenly have a guilty conscience and an achy stomach. Even an Irish... Now an Irish person would threaten to beat me up for having a bad Irish accent. If the British person doesn't, the Irish person will. I'll fuck you up, mate. Okay. Oh, Dad, that won't do. What's the matter? Whenever I've been examining things, I always find myself so focused I forget to look around properly. Oh yeah, that's not good. I don't suppose you're as foolish as me in that regard, are you? Oh, you can turn left and right. I don't know how to do a 45-degree angled turn. I always forget to do that. Darn it. Let's investigate. Oh, sure. Yes, let us do that. suppose my field of vision has been rather small until now. Yes, I guess so. There's a giant fucking sword here. That's Cosmo's most special sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yes, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows how important it was to him. And now he's gone, but I'm not ready to let his spirit go! Okay. Sailor boy. Perhaps I should see what this Russian crewman makes of the scene of the crime. Excuse me? What? I was wondering how it's going, the investigation, I mean. Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make joke, but it is not true, I see. Sorry? The criminal asking an investigator for information about his crime, very funny. Oh, it wasn't supposed to be a joke. He doesn't appear to be laughing either, brah. He's convinced you're guilty. He might have been useful information, though. I might have to keep trying. So, last night, did you notice anything out of the ordinary at all? Niet! Of course not! Now back to corner of room and make silent! I say no more to you. Did I hit a nerve? Just for a minute there. He seemed a little flustered. What's that? Seiji, or Saiji, I don't know how you pronounce it. The Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like Kazuma. Unlike me, who is not very straight, because I just came out of a closet, you see. He's not straight because he was bent at various angles, God. Jesus Christ. Yeah, his delivery always was a reflection of his heart. Yeah, can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? Even though you stowed away on this ship? Ah, fine. It's like I got stabbed with a sword. Now you're going to bring that up. Now you're going to be bringing up, oh, I broke the law. I stowed on a ship. Wow. So I'm not a perfect person. Jeez, fucking whine about it, why don't you? Now for the help, and the crewman forced the door open. This bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt, and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there'd be no way to get in and out of the cabin, that's for sure. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense and down. I feel it all tense up and down my spine. I remember reading once in a detective novel, the culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from the outside of a room in a situation like this. Yeah, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they are sealed together perfectly. There should be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. When she glares at me like that, I feel pins and needles up all and down my spine. Oh, yeah. Why aren't you drinking, laddie? Fucking hell, I'm 5 beers in already. Actually, speaking of which, it's okay. I'm gonna go grab, refill the water, and I will grab one drink. Be right back. I'm really, like, not sure of the voice work for her. I'm very, like, self-conscious of her particularly because I know she's probably a mainstay character and I want to make sure it's a voice I can stick with the whole time. I'm being self-conscious about it. Ugh. I don't know. The Irish seems. I can make the Irish work. So, by the way, cheers, boys and girls. Okay. What's this sign say? It's red and conspicuous. I need to look at it. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Siberia. Yeah, I thought there would be kind of like more of a play on words or a reference to the name of the ship, but I guess not. I mean, isn't it obvious that there was some kind of turbulence on the boat because everything is like overturned and askew? Society this is a request from the captain to all the passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Well, let's just say that both rules in this room were broken. If you consider that Ryunosuke is his pet. This is true, Calbeck. This is why I'm trying. Also, in general, I get way better at voice work. Usually a little better when I'm a little buzzed, to be quite honest. At least in my head, I'm better. I'm much more charismatic, I should say, about it. And that's half the battle, is being not a boring person, which I am when I'm... Which I get... Oh, that's bad. That was a bad thing I just said out there. What are you staring at me? Oh, sorry, I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? That's what I said. He's a pet. Can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. What do you think this is? It looks like a broken piece of glassware. Whatever the thing was. Oh, thanks, Kieran. I got my we got trivia going on. Something had been broken clean in two. The glass is such a beautiful color. It looks like a cute little nutsuke. What? It's a nutsuke. It's a. I'm sorry. Excuse me. It's a suke. I dropped my phone. I was so eager to get to the nut button. I dropped my phone. What was that again? It looks like a cute little suke fastener from a kimono outfit. The nut button just killed off everyone's interest. Got it. I'm not sure that sounds like Kazuma. He would never secure like a cute little trinket like that around him, would he? And the mark beside it, what is it, I wonder? It was sort of a brick like you. It's almost like it's like one of those, you know, like if you have like a cabinet that's dragged across the floor and it's always like a floor mark in the games and stuff. Yeah, you're right. It's the color of brick, isn't it? Even though I don't see anything of the same color anywhere else in the cabin. I'm wondering why he's not, like, noting any of this in the evidence, by the way. Like, he's not really noting any of it or putting any of it in evidence. Usually by now you would have done that. There's nothing on this table at all. The plate and the cutlery all over the floor for some reason. Yeah, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all. So perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. No. Just, what is your defense? So you did not do this. You just says, no, I did not. No. That's your defense? Yes, it's my defense. Just keep yelling no over and over again. The books have fallen over the shelf. Looks like they all toppled in the same way. And what's this? A statue of some god of the sea? Although it's fallen over as well. Yes, it's almost as if the whole shelf had been ransacked and everything moved down at once. I wonder. Perhaps with Kazuma doing his morning sword training, don't you think? I seriously doubt it. And perhaps it was you in a fit of rage. The drink got a hold of ye, laddie. I wouldn't have bothered leaving the wardrobe just to mess with a few books and a statue. Could the way these things have been thrown around have done anything to the case, I wonder? I bet you it does. Well, I'll just set everything straight again. No, don't touch it! You don't touch that! I don't like to see a mess. Oh, idiot. Whatever. That's a very large traveling case, ain't it? Yeah, it carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Holy fucking shit! I see it says this way up in Japanese. Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewsmen wouldn't be able to read. Like, not even like read Japanese, they just don't know how to read. I was turned over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor here. Oh dear. Being a stowaway ain't as romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Susato takedown. I'll fucking throw you. Yeah, I will. Did Kazuma write that before he died? It looks like written in ink. He must have knocked the ink blot from the desk when he collapsed on the floor. The fuck's that say? I suppose he wrote the message by dipping his finger in the spillage. Poor Kazuma-sama. No doubt he was in a terrible pain. It's almost unbearable to imagine it. I'm trying to just think of Brad Pitt from Snatch when I do her voice now. That's all I'm thinking right now. I suppose he was trying to leave some kind of a clue in his final moments, wasn't he? I'm sorry, partner, but I can't read your writing. Garderobe. So is that a way of saying wardrobe? Maybe? I don't know. I don't think that's Japanese, Naruto. What? Then what language is it? Pains me to admit it, but I don't fucking know. It's not a foreign script I'm familiar with. It looks Russian. What does it mean? What does it mean? I'm surprised like the ink splattered down is not like, you can't look at that. This is where dear Kazuma would have sat when he was writing. Yeah, I guess so. Look at that boy. Look him right. London Diary. Poor Kazuma. He didn't make it to his destination. Oh no. Yeah. Looks as though the last entry is incomplete. Which means, what? He was in the middle of writing when the incident happened? Let's see what it says. It could be a valuable clue. Oi! That's out of the question, laddie. What? Kazuma may have departed as well, but you might not read his private thoughts. But what if it's something important, something relevant to the case? Alright, I won't read it. She's just like, no! No, you do not look at that. But, Kazuma, I don't like prying into people's personal matters either. But in this case, isn't the need for clues more important? Just wait till she's not looking. Then go look. Wait. No, I didn't mean to do that. How do I skip? How do I skip? How do I skip? Ugh. Push the wrong thing. It's a bed. I don't like that vent. Let's look at the vent. This is some kind of open for a ventilator. A hole through which fresh air can circulate into the cabin. Isn't that a little odd? What do you mean? Well, this ventilator, if that's what it is, if that's what it really is. Oh, yeah. Looks like it must connect to the next door cabin. Oi. It would appear to be, you're right. But if its purpose is to allow fresh air into the room, surely it should be connected to the outside. Yeah, it's true. Perhaps it's so that the rain and spray don't find their way in when the seas are rough. Or something like that. I suppose. Maybe that's it. What? What the fuck? Another dead body's appeared. Who the fuck's that? He wasn't there a minute ago. As far as I can tell, it looks like he might be a European. Ugh. Oi! How did he... You've noticed the man too, haven't you? I have no idea who he is or how he got in here, but he looks suspicious and tall. Suspiciously tall! Don't tell me. Do you really not know who that is? Well, no, I don't have any foreign friends or acquaintances at all. He doesn't look like a member of the crew. There's something very unusual about him. Steampunk Sherlock Holmes. Steampunk Sherlock Holmes. I love it. He's investigating Cosmo's desk, or is he just playing on it? I can't tell. Well, in that case, let's talk with him. Thanks, Jace. See you later. My imaginator Susanna sounded almost uncontrollably excited. By the way, I expect that you've noticed already, but in this case, if you press A on the people that are in the crosshairs, you converse with them. Okay, fuck, I don't need to do the voice tutorial shit. Alright, I will press A when they are in my crosshairs, or something. No, not you. I'm just gonna let him be there for a while. I'm gonna look at all this other stuff first. Yes, this is a bell-cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring the bell to summon servants. They give you a drink, and they're great. Usually it's a scotch. Really? It sounds almost magical. Shall we give it a little try? Oi! Aye, in the interest of cultural research, obviously. Aye. Ding dong. Where's my scotch? Fuck. I suppose no one for lowly Japanese people. No, I'm sure it said everyone's busy, that's all. No racism here. Let's look inside my closet that I came out of. Some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose not. Although it must have been rather exciting, making this voyage in your own secret hideout. The trouble was, I never knew when a member of the crew might come in, so yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. Because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Alright. I'm saving him for last. Is there anything else? I don't think so. I think he's the only one that's left. Alright. You! Hey, weirdo! I gotta give him the posh British voice, right? Is that what I agreed to? Hey! Fucking weirdo! Do you have a moment? This is a critical point in my investigation. I gotta feel it out. Maybe I should leave him alone. He seems a little unfriendly. Aye, perhaps that would be for the best. Greetings! I hope I haven't kept— Ah! Fuck! Fuck you! I am backing Australian Sholmes. Australian. I gotta practice a little bit both and see which one feels better. What exactly were you doing on Cosmo's desk just now? We're looking for a crocodile. I think the British one's gonna come easier to me personally. Oh, I see. Fascinating. Sorry, what do you see? Oh yeah, everything is clear now. The train of reasoning has run its course. My deductions have crystallized. You have been in Afghanistan, I perceive. Just recently returned, if I'm not mistaken. How's that for the accent? Does that sound good so far? Fucking what? And now, whilst venturing towards foreign climes, you find yourself in the most troubling spot. Spot, pretty good, I mean, whatever. Aye! But how? How the deuce did I know that, perhaps? That was really a most elementary deduction, hardly worth explaining. Have you perhaps managed to do something else, eh? But of course, a great many things. There is no mystery, my dear madam. For example, you have fled your native land of Russia, being as you are a merciless revolutionary. I don't know. I'm losing the voice. What? You need 16 victims of assassination in your wake, and now travel to England to blow up the Crystal Tower. And when the Barry Bond, occupant of this very cabin, discovered your identity, you ended his life too. I don't know, this is the voice I'm giving him. This is the voice that just seems to be working or sticking, so let's just keep going with it. Yes, I believe that summarizes the facts beautifully. No need to hide the truth now. Nothing deceives these eyes. It's like a combination of British and Australian. I think it's what... I'm like mongrels. It's mongrel Britishese. British Australian. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop talking and offending people for that. Just to be clear, you're talking about me, right? Right. Certainly I am. Do you see another in this cabin who fits the bill? A Russian assassin with 16 victims to his name? I don't even see one person who fits that bill. It's obviously Susato. She's the Russian assassin. This is the most obvious thing in the world. So it's true. It was you who did this to Cosima. British alien. Yeah, that's about it. What? And you're plotting a revenge too, eh? It's a shameful behavior. Absolutely wicked. Hey, you're wicked. I was watching... I got thrown again. I just entered the Pokemon battle with Susato. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Tell me everything. It's ridiculous. I fucking hate this. The third time I get assaulted by her. How could you do it, eh? For pity's sake, open your eyes. I'm not a revolutionary, obviously. Oh, forgive me then. And as for you, what kind of deduction was that? You were just saying the first thing that came into your head. Ah, but I was not right. Whilst venturing towards foreign climates, you do find yourself in the most troubling predicament, do you not? Well, yeah, maybe. Ha! Well, there you have it, you see. What do you make of that, Well, to be honest, anyone could have fucking predicted that. This ship is in handcuffs, and I'm in this ship is in handcuffs. Yes. Yes, it is. The ship is en route to England, and I'm in handcuffs at the scene of a murder. So, I'm not really sure you could call it deduction. It's more plain observation. Indeed, an observation, my dear boy, is the basis of all deduction. My method is founded upon the observation of trifles, you see. I announce my findings with a brassy certitude. And more often than not, I'm right. Ha! I don't think you introduced yourself. Ah, my apologies. How remiss of me. I am none other than the greatest detective of the century, known to men and women the world over. The interval, that boy. I am that boy. Hello. I don't want to call him Sherlock Holmes. I don't want to. Chad, I don't want to do it. Say the line, Jay. Say it. Sherlock Holmes. Yay! Oh, so it really is you? The actual Sherlock Holmes? That's the wrong fucking voice. Now she's British again. The very same, and the imitable actual Sherlock Holmes. Do you know this man, Susato? Aye, he's the most famous detective in the world. Of course I do. There's no one who hasn't heard of him. He's just like, I haven't heard of him. We must ask him what he's deduced. He will have worked out the entire case already, I'm sure. Really? Why do I feel uneasy about this? Converse. Great detective. So you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? I want to, like, Ryunosuke's just like taunting him as he's like, what's your name again? I didn't catch that. Indeed, I'm none other than the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Oh, I see. You're German? Herlock, was it? Oh, no, boyo. I have no hair. I have hair. Please call me Holmes. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. I think I'm going to lean towards the British accent with him more so. Ah, yes, Rand magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interesting articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England, especially. Ah, yes, here it is. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. So you're the protagonist of a series of short stories, then?
Indeed I am.
You've read so many of your own stories, you start to think you really are a detective? Make no mistake, I'm not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backward. Backward? My trusty biographer records of the greatest detective achievements and chronicles them in a magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? Is he a volleyball? I must say, thanks to that publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. I like the, I've settled into his voice. I think I got it. That's the voice. Really, I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. You should not. Look at this anime man with his fingerless gloves, thinking he's cool and shit. Yeah, I thought those were cool when I was 14. Fuck you. I want some. I want them too. Those racing gloves. Deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form. Ah, science. Really? Your astute observations notice even the most subtle reactions in this subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of muscles, a slight inclination of the posture. Fingernails, arm sleeves, furrows in the skin. I'm just saying words that make no sense whatsoever at this point. All these things are data. Right. And the trained logician, really? Goddamn. Makes deductions from the data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is, without fail, the truth. As I demonstrated only a few moments ago. How can he look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have a left turn both for observation and deduction, and fame. That is what makes me the one and only Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, not Sherlock. That was all for one question. And the big introduction. Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case yet? Have I managed to deduce anything? My dear fellow. Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. I was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Drink every time he says Sherlock Holmes. We're gonna be dead. Oh, I see. In other words, fuck. Me. I'm an exile because of him. When I became anxious about Cosmo this morning, I summoned all my crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among the number, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Luckily for everyone, the great detective Sherlock Holmes was on board. And the handcuffs can be excellent fit, Mr. Naruto. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Yes, one was that a person is dead. The other is that I'm hungry. Oh my god, we just multiplied the questions. Mr. Holmes, tell us please, what two facts were apparent to you when they came into this cabin this morning? Ah yes, well, but first let me be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, what the fuck were they? Allow me to elucidate. God, he's gonna give me a workout with my vocabulary. That's fun. The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number one, the cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number two, the victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. That second one is very wrong. Hold on, Mr. Holmes, what made you think the victim was Russian? Observe the dying message left by the victim on the floor. That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Cosmo somehow could have left a dying... Oh, I gave up on that line. In the final moments, many find their native tongue filling their head for this young man, Russian. Cosmo was Russian, was he? No, he wasn't. Initially, I considered Gardarov Maybe the name of the killer, a certain Robert God, perhaps? But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be best wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there, at least. Where you found Mr. Naruto sleep. Oh. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a very hard time switching from the British to the Irish. Fucking hell. I think I'm just gonna give her a different voice. Third voice, the charm. I don't know. Mr. Naruto. I know, I did say that, didn't I? We call him Mr. Naruto now. Oh, I forgot to put the light on in my face. No wonder I feel like... maybe it's a little better. I forgot to put, like, the face light on. Well, you found Mr. Naruto sleeping soundly. Okay. Quite so, I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian, too? I observed that you are wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you are acquainted. And in my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people. I had no idea. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. I took a photograph of the victim, and the message that I might analyze it for the possible hidden details. Yay, photographs. Give me the evidence. I have a question. Japanese people read right to left. I assume they also they write that way as well. So you can immediately tell that it was not written by him if that's the case, because it's the message is written from left to right. Just want to throw that out there. This was immediately taken after the young man was discovered before the body was removed. Yes, Cosmo had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. Yeah, alright, Mr. Naruto. Mr. Naruto, now he's just Mr. Naruto. That's it. I can't, there's too many syllables for that accent. He's just Mr. Naruto now. The photograph of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. Can I ask you something, Mr. Holmes? What, pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all that... Ah, yes, the train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining the train of reasoning to me? Well, let's see, the train of reasoning goes choo, choo, choo down the track of my brain. Blah, blah, blah. Certainly, if that interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian and I don't speak Russian. Your deduction just now. Can we talk about your deduction before? The things you concluded about me, I mean? Ah, the now famously accurate, troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 thing? Ah, yes, the more sordid details. It was a fairly commonplace deduction. Here we have the morning's paper. The main headline reads... Revolutionary violent Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Cosmo Russian? I don't want to give her Irish anymore. Make her traditional. Sounds like Dr. Sholmes. I'm going to give her a traditional voice for now. Placeholder traditional voice until I figure something out. Conclude that he was Russian because of what Cosmo-san wrote on the floor. It's a simple act of reasoning to realize the culprit of this crime was the more merciless revolutionary. One who could kill the very man who helped escape him after the true identity was discovered. Yes, you, villain Bolshevik. This man is blind. No. How could that be me? I don't look at anything like that dude. Just look at his face. Look at his fucking hair. I don't have a beard. Bonbon. That's not my bag. That bonbon? Do one line as Bonbon for her. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary, after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Please. And I might add, your name does not appear on the ship's passenger list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway.
But what about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower.
I hate it. I fucking hate it. Don't make me do that.
This is all I sound like.
Ah, yes, the journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all those particulars in the article. The deed in the man is perpetrated as far as those he is plotting. Yes, everything about this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake.
Do revolutionaries usually agree to do interviews with newspapers?
Okay, I'll stop. I can't. The problem with that voice is that it takes way too much time to get through a line. So, like, do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Ah, yes, quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik has recently returned after a period of subversive activities in a war-torn region of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? It's Afghanistan. He doesn't even know where it is. Take this paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Sure, thanks. I observed all of the interest of me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Let me read the article. Yeah, good old Russians and Afghanistans. Ha ha ha. And you may find the interest in the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back. Cast your eyes over it sometime if interest takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. It's all written in Russian. I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at that article. Maybe there's something in the picture or two. What were you just investigating? Why were you humping in a desk? Before we started talking to you, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim! Did you notice anything useful? Anything at all? Observe for a moment the desktop of the victim. Okay, let's look at it. We see that the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. Ah, but I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. You could get assaulted by someone. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what a Susato takedown is. Nah. He's too big to throw. Susato, aren't you going to throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean? Life is so unfair. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely this diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to the details. Oh, but I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy, a smattering. The smattering matters, you see. I'm stealing this joke, but this is white privilege? What? I don't understand what part you were talking about. I'm out of the loop, because I don't see you guys until you say something a few minutes after you say it. More drinking. Be right back. Something but white privilege is the joke. Yes. Oh, Yes, that makes sense. Thanks for elucidating us with the explanation. Ha! But this diary is littered with I was gonna really mess that word up. Complicated-looking characters which I can read precisely none. Ha 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 ha! So what was all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind as to show me, I'd be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. Aw, she got a crush. I am much obliged, my dear madame. Tip, tip, Fedor, and all that. The final entry here in Cosmo Sama's diary consists of just 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. I think I'm gonna have fun with this one. I can make her voice like that, but I can make it like I can just do weird shit with her voice. A whistling sound. 1:23 a.m. Really? Also 1:23 a.m. That's good. These are very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Speckled band? What on earth does that mean? So, let me... The ventilation... Oh. We already know how... Okay, so it's easy to know how the... Okay, I get it. I know how the murder was done. I have no idea. I never heard that expression before. Oh, can I just make her voice number 16 Burger King foot lettuce man's voice? Never. I have no idea. I have never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the thing up there? Yeah, up there. To the lattice there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. Cosmo Diary has been entered the court record. So, I believe you've given enough to consider for the time being, at least. Ah, do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writings in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe, and if I'm still too long, the seasickness takes hold. Number 16, Burya murder. The last thing you want to do on your cross-continental voyage is the murder of your best friend. Yes, I think that's gonna be, and not only that, it's a voice that's easier on my throat, which I'm always happy for. You're thinking of investigating that cabin next door, where the ventilator connects to? Susanna looks like she's brain dead, bro. Like that blank-ass stare. Great detectives are a curious breed. Our minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exhaustion. So yes, I intend to investigate, hence the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you perhaps think that we can go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrist would reveal the answer. Yeah, that. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in the matter. No? There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. I fucking hate when people do that. When they say a sentence and they put a question mark turning it into a question when it doesn't need to be. I fucking hate that shit. People at my work do that sometimes. And I see that, I'm just like, I just roll my eyes every time, I'm like, ugh. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of name used the culprit at any point. What the fuck, bro? You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Ha-ha! He just like pulls out the Men in Black thing like, you forgot I said that. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that too. You're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know. Not really. So what were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. Well, anyway, that was then and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is this. If you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Ha ha ha. Now he's just being plain rude. Now he's being a douchebag. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Ha ha, twisted as his name. Ha ha, ha 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 ha. Naruto-san, what are you standing there for? You must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's... Hi-ya! After Kazama-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? You're not going to roll over and accept your fate. Did you give me any choice in the rolling over part? I think we need to do an investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. She's like, yes, and you're like, I can do the same motion, but I have shackles on my wrists. Fuck. Doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Cosmo to do everything. Like, Susato, I have to pee, and I can't pull my pants down without any help. And it just goes south from there. I owe it to Cosmo for everything I can do to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice. Is that? Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh yeah, you're right. He does look familiar. Is he the guy from the newspaper who he cut his facial hair? Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Yeah, so I gotta do Russian, right? Russian 1 and Russian 2 both sound the same to me. I recognize that face. Oh, it's that motherfucker! Oh, what voice did I give him? I gave him kind of a scratchy voice. But it can't be. It wasn't, it was like just below Snake. Ahem, ahem, ahem. It is! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hasanaga. Still bleeding from the mouth as usual. Hello again. What are you doing here? It was close, but it wasn't as great. It wasn't as gravelly. I think that should be my line. He's just now Snake, because my real Snake died, so now I gotta fill the void. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew and board this ship. Again? You certainly seem to be enjoying the undercover work, Inspector. If there's anything I can do to help you, please ask. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. We Deus Ex our way out of here with this man's help. Actually, I don't want to present this. I just want to look at the newspaper. No, oh, I guess I'm presenting it to him. Why not? Can I show you this newspaper, Inspector? I'm sorry, but I can't read Russian very well. Oh no, that's alright. I already know what it says. Did I just give him something I was supposed to... I forgot to... Oh, whatever, fuck it. So you want me to point out your university-level linguistic talents, is that it? I did not notice him at first, no. Sorry? Nothing like me. Nothing like me with my regular schooling. You're something much greater. Is that what you're trying to say? Sorry, forget I mentioned it. No, I wanted to examine it. I didn't want to present it to the guy. We can actually look at this shit. Look at that motherfucker. Afraid I can't read a word of Russian. No, oh, okay, I see. Me neither. I have no idea what this says. Why is he back? A pair of you floundering or sorry sight. Allow me to offer some assistance. The article on the front page of this newspaper is concerned with a fearsome Russian revolutionary. It reads, Revolutionary, villain Bolshevik, flees Russia via Shanghai. Yes, you told us that before. It reveals also that they'll see the man's beard with their own eyes, never live to tell the tale. But, like, what about all the people who are walking around him in the picture? And the person who took the photo. And everyone who reads the newspaper. Oh my goodness, he is fearsome. Well, presumably the newspaper photographer was alright, wasn't he? Oh, the solution is obvious, of course. If he despises his beard to that degree, he needs only shave it off. I'm not quite sure that's the problem. Okay. But, like, wait. Why is it, like, still giving me the option to look at this again? That's weird. Who that? Is that hoe from the first case? No, it's not. This is someone else. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant? Well, no. I mean, it just looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word. Nor can I. But look at this picture. Perhaps it's about a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She is very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this. I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Ah. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, this Mr. Holmes. It's about the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Hold on. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. That's a fucking mouthful. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She is, of course, the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Pavlova? Like Pavlov? I don't know. Why are Russian names so hard to remember? It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles. Oh boy. How much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure it must be an unbelievable sum of money. Susan's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novovich Ballet. It would seem the director is beside herself with worry. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. Oh, I didn't know that. Pavlova is a Russian dessert named after a Russian ballerina. Oh, cool. They've requested international assistance at all ports of sailing to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? It does seem to be the Russian thing to do. Does. Russian tradition to leave Russia and never come back. I'm not going to dignify that with a response. See, look, we got more evidence about stuff. Alright, get out of here. I want to look at the photo again. I don't think there's much... No, we can actually examine shit. It doesn't really seem like it's going to give me an indicator right now, so come back later. I hear a faint whistling sound. So someone has a little whistle for the snake, and then it looks like some sort of speckled band is dinging from the ventilation grate. Oh no. Okay. Article about the ballerina, specifically. Alright. Cool. Converse. Special orders. So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yeah, why are you dressed like as a member of the crew? Why do we have to do the whole bowing every time? I'm so sorry. He just punches you in the face. This is all my fault. I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Oh no. It was Minister of Justice Hold on. Jikogu? I think? Jikoku? Who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Assassinated? How could that even be a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. These are tensions between the world's greatest powers. Minister Jikoku... I cannot pronounce that. Said we should be all prepared for all eventualities. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated? Obviously, we couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin. Not here in the first-class deck. Maybe on that dirty third-class deck. I failed miserably my assignment. And now you gotta go to Great Britain with us. You're kind of stuck with us, aren't you? I failed miserably my assignment. Asogi-san is dead as a result. Hey, Luke, what's up? I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly apologize. Inspector? So is there anything at all that I can do to help you now? I feel like I was slipping into Snake too much with his voice. Just say the word. Hey, it's not something like this, No. We're doing what we can to investigate Kazuma's death ourselves. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer. Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yeah, so we need to be allowed of this cabin. Sorry. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's security. If you move to even touch the handle of this cabin door, I will give you much need. I will kick you in the balls very hard, comrade. It's not going to be pleasant. That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose it's not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Would it be possible to give me something to work with? Don't you think? I'm gonna need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how. I don't see how. No. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me of your innocence, Naruto-san. Or presented me with a piece of evidence that you had already in your possession. Evidence? It's the same as when you were in court. You must have done so many times during your trial. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence Inspector Hosonaga could use. So evidence that would give us a viable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. I have two guesses what it might be. Excuse me. I'm gonna start with the diary. The music ending means it's probably the correct one. What's that? It's Kazuma's diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange? In what way? He wrote, "What looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill." A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that, but what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me, the ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right, if we can investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yeah. As long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area, I'm afraid I can't remove these handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going to go against his direct orders? Whatever. I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I could do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then. Just select move and we can leave the cabin. Move. Alright, let's move. Move. Ninth of January, 7:48 a.m. Bury a first class cabin passageway. Ooh, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Kazuma was being sent on a study tour of the government by the government. That's why he was being put up in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous, even if he is sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose, like people in handcuffs. Naruto-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd be used to ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yeah, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please don't give me that pitying look. But she's cute when she gives you the pitying look. Let her do it. Bruh. Let me look at the ship logs. It's a huge book on top of the table there, and there's a pen next to it. Yes, it looks like a ship's log. Shall we return and look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting. And nothing, nope, no reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san. Even to a sailor. Anyway, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means that there was nothing to report. Talk to you. Hey, sailor man. Aw. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it? This is the wrong line. Alright, let me try instead. Konnichiwa. Mr. Sailor, I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps see something of you? You little third-class lady's maid! Oh, he's very racist. Okay. Seem to have caught the sailor on a bad day. It's the wrong line. I am not sailor. My mother gave me name. I am Your name is Biff Stroganoff? Oh. God. It's like the fucking names from MST3K. Like, literally just, oh boy. Bulk Biceps would have been, like, a name that would fit right in. I think they got that name from that. Ooh, the best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Biff Stroganoff. Are you made of stroganoff? Mr. Stroganoff, about the first class cabin area. Here we are in the finest part of Burya's steamship for the very important persons. What sort of very important persons? Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I'm always guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean, but Stroganoff is not animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, Is the cabin next to Mr. Asoji's currently occupied? Ah! Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without investigation. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yeah, it's tantalizing. Man, I need a cough drop. My throat's already fucking wrecked. I got cough drops this time. Yay. Yay, menthol. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next door to Mr. Asoji's? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roy Lott. He's a very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman? Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roy Lott is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly student from insignificant Far East Islands. That was harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roy Lott came aboard? It's not your business. Come to think of it, even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I never once heard anything from this next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right? That is not your business. Okay, last night. Are you gonna watch here all the time, Miss Seaman Stroganoff? Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? It is said about student boy. Were you on the watch last night, Laswell? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. You didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no. Sorry. Gee, sorry, princess. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Alright. You got this. Is it just me? Hold on. Nope, that's the wrong way to go with this. I thought that my camera was in the wrong direction. Is it enough? I cannot say more now. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Okay. Bulkhead to second class is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as English say, when the pigs fly. Sure. Whatever the fuck you just said. Right, yeah, fine. Good. Now we can investigate the area properly. Oh, so I accidentally, like, talked to him when I was... He's like, you gotta talk to him before you can even look around. Nice. Examine the door. That's the way to the second class area of the ship. Is something wrong? I was thinking about making a run for it, just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me. I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead. Oh dear, I'm sorry, but perhaps I went a little too far there. No, I started with my talk of running away. And there's no way I could run away while Cosmo's death remains a mystery anyways. Ship map. This looks like a plan of the SS Burya. It shows each deck. Look! The Burya is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but How is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Oh, that's really quite simple. It is? Well, considering the Japanese archipelago, I forget to say that. The islands of Japan. Okay, sunburn on his face. I have sunburn on my face? Do I really? Do I kind of look like a little red. I do look a little red, do I? Should I turn this light off? I look like I have less sunburn on my face now. Maybe I do. I don't know. Maybe. I'm Irish. I burn easily, even though I didn't go outside today. I still got sunburned. That's how easily it happens, dude. They're not metal, but they're enormous lumps of earth, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily in the sea since the gods created them. I suppose so. What is that? A trap for catching mice. It's a mouse trap. We have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me tell you about chalk. There's this game called Deltarune I like to play. It actually has a second part that came out today. No, seriously, Deltarune Part 2 came out today. And I'm planning to probably play it after I'm done with this game. But that won't be for a while. We'll get to that point later. So I think it's called cheese. It's made from the milk of cows. Cheese? The fuck is cheese? You can't eat it. The trap will snap your fingers shut. Whatever. Really, but I suppose you're right. Use a stick. Just poke it out with a stick. You weren't actually gonna try it, were you? I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks as Cosmo's leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. The bell. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it? Emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. Looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship. And brings the vessel to a complete stop. What are you doing? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Look at the handcuffs. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop, this ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else. Stop being a dingus, you fucking dingus. The cabin next to the one the ventilator connects to. Oh, beer after you take a cough drop? Not great. Not good. The menthol doesn't mix well with the alcohol. Just keep that in mind. Ugh. I've never actually done that before until now. The ventilator from which Cosmo's son wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe that was ever in the cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Let's go inside. Kick open the door. No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. What was that? It came from inside the cabin. It's a high-pitched scream. It must have been a woman. Stand aside. I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Holmes. I shan't be stopped. When the fit is on me, I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Holmes. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch my muscular urge? What prey can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about our stress relief. Oh, fuck! Who is you? A Western gentleman. This man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. A woman? Don't be upset. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me, and you are? I am the one and only, the actual Sherlock Holmes. You've heard of me, no doubt? No. I am the great detective among great detectives. One who adorns the cover of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you must trust me completely. The man uses that magazine like a business card. Detective? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within this walls. I fucking forgot the voice. But there wouldn't be a lady concealing herself in the wardrobe this time. So might I be as bold to ask you to open that small traveling case? Don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a smaller trunk like that? Well, if she's a transformer, it would be fine. It's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside one's trunk. Don't look at me. Oh my, did you see that? Yes, the case just shook. Leave, now, otherwise I'll call the steward. So this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. There's no doubt about it, this strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. It's like, those scissors are cute. We're gonna look around your room anyways. Last night. Huh. Mr. Roylott. I'd like to talk to you about something here. No! Oh. I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now. This is going terribly. We're not going anywhere here. I agree, but there's not much. There's maybe something else that we can help. Perhaps the great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. Why is he sleeping in there? What the fuck are you doing, boy? Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something. No! Oh. I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin. This is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere here. I agree, but there may be something else we can help. I'm not going to... No. Oh, I'm supposed to talk to him. Examine. Alright. So we've got door, all that stuff. Alright, I'll talk to him first. Oh, okay. Give a moment, Mr. Holmes. You need only address me as Holmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Well, Mr. Holmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time. That you would need to call my great powers of detection into service. Oh, and it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you're spot on for once. Observe closely. Our Russian host in the cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding a secret? Is it vodka? The truth, of course. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will interact when the secret he got so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yeah. She got strangely very fired up to see this happen. Well then, what do you want to see of may well astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Are we doing a mini game or something? And could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask? What? From time to time it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness? Oh! Or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you. Or anyone. That's wrong. That's right. And Mr. Holmes? I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on the first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. It biases the judgment. I must have complete silence. What are you doing? Why are you peering at my face like that? Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There could be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roy Lott, I have reached two incontrovertible conclusions. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain! Yeah, okay. Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Why? And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment of this, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Does it not? Ah! Oh, Naruto-san. I had never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Shum's great deductions with my own eyes. That was a great deduction? Nothing can deceive Mr. Shelms. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person. What ineffable twaddle. Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. It is like a dream come true. I'm enjoying this more than if I were at a Burger King putting my feet in the lettuce. I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. Roy Lott's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Shelm's conclusions were right. How? How could you? How could I possibly know such things, you wish to say? Very well, then I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together. Minigame time? Old man's identity. It's the guy from the newspaper. Oh, the sunburned man? It's him? It's a dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roy Lott. Obviously what catches the eye in the first place is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Oh, there's a thing in his pocket there. Look at that. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You are on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Now, moving on. Is this like spotlight bullshit? The question that begged then is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roy Lott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you will, the morning's newspaper, in particular the fascinating front page article, which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roy Lott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. Well, even then, he doesn't really look exactly like the other guy. They don't look exactly the same. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary Villain Bolshevik Flees Russia via Shanghai. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. But wait, hold on. That's not the same guy. The beard style is different. Okay, and there's no way that he could have grown more hair in that time. Because they only got to the port yesterday. So, that's not the same guy. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove away your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, villain Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself, you understand? I dig the transitions. Wrongdoing. Not topic 2. My general wrongdoing. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. The coat hanger? Taken unawares, people have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. And the answer we seek lies within the furtive glance falls. But he's got sunglasses on. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse! What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, a young lady, perhaps, one slight enough to fit therein? She gotta be really skinny for that. Do not be absurd. And what, pray tell, would be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Dear me, we are not well suited for the life of crime now, are we? Your careless coup d'oil? Coup d'oil? Okay, whatever that. Betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. Oh, do you think it's the figure skater girl? For there's another more stimulating article. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead to one conclusion. Your crime is that of an abduction! And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Pavlova, yava. Yeah, sure, that's fine. That's what her name is. Kudai. A quick but constant black. Yeah. I've heard of coup d'etat, you know, but not that one. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Elemensky. Elemensky. No, we don't do that. No Elemensky, please. She's just like, I don't really know. I don't really buy that. Saruto-san, that wasn't one of the great deductions I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Holmes' brilliant deductions, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. Excuse me, Mr. Holmes, could you come over here? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind? Not at all. Go on. Well, to start with, there's the newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but these two men look nothing like each other. You're right, they do not. Their glasses are even different. I remember our discussion earlier, and at that time I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, well able to revolutionize his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Holmes, Mr. Roulette does look a lot like this man more than you do. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina? Indeed, a truly startling revelation. At first glance, the case would appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just at first glance, it is too small. You'd be lucky to fit a 5-year-old child in there, even if you push really hard. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is she? You mean you don't know? No, the young lady is 15. No, I didn't know. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of her would be poking out from the case. Some years ago, I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily. They're costuming vinegar daily. Consuming vinegar in order to promote a certain leatherness in their bodies. Litheness. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it would surely be simplicity itself to contort oneself to the confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of a contortionist in the circus, Mr. Holmes. This whole thing is turning into a circus. Mr. Naruto, something occurred to me about Mr. Holmes' deductions just now. They're completely fucking wrong. I think his powers of observation are magical. His eyes are cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention and his logic that seem a little off. Your idea of a little may be a little off itself. It's just 1 or 2 key words in his deductions that seem to let him down. So I was wondering if we might perhaps tactfully switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some key words in his deductions. Yes, but very tactfully. Only if they're tactful deduction word changes. If they're abrasive, I do not want any part of it. We don't like the true genius of his great deduction. Precisely the thought that is going through my own mind. This man's a lot of work. At times I wonder how many puts up with... I'm sorry. At times I wonder how anyone puts up with me. It's not that funny. Ah, and you, my good fellow. Sorry. Take a moment to look at your wrists. My wrists? Holy shit! I'm free! Oh my, where are your handcuffs? How? How did they... I felt they may hinder your ability to follow me in our dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Holmes, you are a marvel. He's like, I just had the key. Don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrist when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this. Okay. So, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. He is not a revolutionary on the run. Alright, so we're... The devious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott. Obviously, what catches the eye in the first place? Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Well, he's not as good at Sherlock Holmes, so he's like the second-rate version, basically. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want such an implement? The answer, of course, is staring us in the face. You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard you sport. Alright. I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I doubt that's something I'll ever have to worry about. Doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means I suppose that the deduction is wrong. Let's try to switch a key word here, Naruto-san. Let's see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. I wonder if it's really his beard he intended to use those shears on. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of his deduction better, then what? Then I'll leave the rest of your capable hands. Why am I the one to do something about this? Why can't you help me? Anyways, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in the last sentence. What exactly was he going to use those enormous shears for? I don't know. The copious beard, the thick hat. Is this... What's this? Golden locks. What? The fuck? The coat buttons. Let me go with the golden locks.
Yes!
Like, look behind him. Oh, look, it's me. I'm now him. You were on the verge of using the ships to cut away the golden locks you sport. Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. Oh, it's a woman. Oh no. I didn't even realize because I'm stupid. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. And judging from the she's the ballerina girl. One still very much in her youth. Oh no. If only I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. Excuse me. The question then begged is this. Why would you decide to rid of your magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity. Article about the revolutionary. No, it's the other one. It's the other article. Well, that was a shock. I had no idea Alabama was really a young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise, Naruto-san. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look you're in the element as you dance around the room. He's literally dancing around the room like, ah! Golden locks! It's like yelling and pointing at her back. I'm just doing what we agreed. I'm not having fun or anything. Yeah. Anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Shelm's deduction, shall we? The evidence that he's picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now. No, that's true, given that Mr. Royal is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather she, can't possibly be the merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as well as a whole is taking a different direction now. Yes, let's switch to the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best.
Yes!
The evidence that reveals your true identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right, you hit the nail on the head. A renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your true identity is that of the Novovich Ballet's prima ballerina, Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Ah! It's a thick hat. It's fine. But don't take the hat off. That stays. You are right. She's still the same voice. Real name is Nina. I mean Nikolina Pavlova. But please, I beg you, do not tell anyone. All the Russians have the same voice. That is. Yeah, that's it. I cannot come up with these. I cannot come up with more voices on the run like this. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little tired. I'm gonna end this pretty soon after this minigame is over. So my second conclusion. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have taken a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. Oh, this is the same lines as before. I just realized. Yes, we speak with the first glances falls. It's the fucking bag. The proof of your crime stood before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. This woman is the ballerina, and she's right in front of our eyes. So clearly she can't be inside that traveling case as well. It seems she wasn't abducted at all. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? I can't see that. I'm going to step in and fix the great detective's mistake again. Does she have a stowaway in her bag? She has a pet in there. You're not allowed to have pets on the. She has one, doesn't she? You let the idea of a chance to dance around with Mr. Holmes? Stop it. Anyways, there must be something else here that shows what the woman's up to. How far am I away from King Curon from the do not to be continued thing? Yes, tell me. Let me know how close. Look at the tiara. Wow! Look at that dazzling tiara. Oh, she's stealing a $20,000 tiara. Try it on. What? Me? Isn't it usually girls who wear tiaras? Would you like to try it on? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Alright, so present the tiara. It's not what's in the bag, it's what's behind the bag. The proof of your crime is surely the tiara. Ah. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the ballet, is it not? Indeed. It would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in the newspaper article. And if the reporting is to be believed, it is an item worth 20,000 rubles. Alright, I'll wait. I can probably last until then. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no! Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking that precious tiara with you. Oh no. I have no one, no family, no friends. I am all alone, and I need money. And I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, an Earl of Prussia? It belongs to me. This girl is only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must have been extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. There is no point to hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. No, let's be hasty. I want to go to bed. No. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish to remain closed. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes from my attention. Indeed, I have a very good idea of the contents of your case even before I have laid eyes on them. Dear me, we are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil betrays you. Once again, you only need to follow your furtive glance to find the answer. The books? The reason why you refuse to open your case written in the books on the shelf. Huh? He's completely changed tack with a deduction now. I think Mr. Shelves is adapting his logic to changing circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why hasn't he suddenly brought in the bookshelf into all of this? It's just a wild guess. Oh, do you think so? Well, it doesn't seem likely that the reason why this young woman doesn't want to open her case would have written a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true, but still. Miss Pavlova certainly did cast her eyes in that direction. I noticed it myself. There has to be another reason why she won't open her case. And it must be something in the same area. Where is her gaze was involuntarily drawn? Alright, that's the answer. Wherever she has hidden in there has the case, blah blah. Should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Well, no. Books on the shelf. What about this guy? Or the small picture? Rules of passage. Oh, the rules of passage. Because she has a pet in there. Pets are also strictly forbidden. There was exactly the same notice in our cabin, too. I wonder what exactly if you break the rules. Oh dear, I'm sure the punishment would be severe enough. Probably be left adrift in the freezing cold ocean, or shut inside a tight wardrobe for days on end. So I've actually been serving time for weeks now. Have I? Okay.
Yes!
It's the rules. The reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. You must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. Inside the case of yours is something forbidden from carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its contents. As you have seen, the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would move of their own accord. Which leaves but one possibility. Inside your traveling case is the last item for a pet. Okay. I love how coordinated they were both. So. Oh no! Fix the hat though. Make sure the hat looks good on you. Oh man. Oh, now it's elementary and not the other word now? Jeez. Clearly you aren't who you say you were. No, I am not Grimsby Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you say was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard this vessel. Which couldn't have been easy. The Burya is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Could she really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your true identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. And you intended to sever all links to your past by severing your long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So it was just you about to cut off your own hair. Who was it that let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? It was her. That very loud tinkling of a bell? Why, none other than this young lady, naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. That's why I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself, so no one would recognize me. As a result, you transform yourself into the questionable old man I see. I put on the fur hat and the fake beard. Then, just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper, right on the page, there was a picture of me. And I was so frightened I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I did not change my appearance completely, that would befriend me. So I decided to cut all my hair as fastly as possible. I picked up the scissors in my hand and... At that precise moment, we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? What? Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are these two even talking about the... Yeah, what the fuck? There's one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling bag? You are right. You are right. It is a dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please, don't tell anyone. If the captain finds out, if you say to any of the crew. Your secret is safe with us, I assure you. But in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Yes, all right. I will tell you. Artyom, we will tell you together in the metro. Well, Mr. Naruto, wasn't it something, Mr. Shum's great deductions? It was certainly something, yes. I'm just not entirely sure what, but at least Miss Pavlova has agreed to help us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, yeah, what? Observe your wrists. Oh, fuck, I'm handcuffed again, aren't I? Fuck. Your hands are cuffed again. What? But how? True to my word, I have restored your shackles. And why? When and why? Just now. You didn't notice? There is still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruto. I'm sorry to say, it can't be helped. At the moment. Huh. Can't it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Mr. Pavlova has to say. I can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what the speckled band that Kazuma-sama wrote about his diary really was. I thought you said we were almost done. First and foremost. I am saving my game right now, though. Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to one last night? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh, that's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard a strange noise. For example, perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps the steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board needs to shut the fuck up. Ugh. Is there anything you can tell us? I do not know. I'm sorry, but all I can think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Running away. You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet. Yes. I am traveling to Great Britain, and from there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. Well, you wish to forget. A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine. I need it to live. I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only a little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I stayed, it would have killed me. So you ran away to protect yourself? Yes, and the crew of this ship, they have all been very kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in this cabin. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruto? Me? Well, yeah. Of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. To what conundrum, I'm not sure, but... Oh, don't tell me you're gonna add more. No! Don't add! No! Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. I am suffering right now, okay? Fine. My voice actually kind of hurts. A little bit. According to the newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Burya stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course. So how is it, pray, that you come to him on board? Life raft? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of this cabin came aboard.
That is not your business. Go away.
Also Russian. Same family, so they sound the same. It's fine. You're right, he did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from... That's the wrong voice.
An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage.
Sorry, what?
It is how the Russian newspaper described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens, because I am an angel.
No, you're not. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist the touch of the dramatic. It seems Mrs. Pavlova is the same. A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement for the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova's going to be telling us exactly what happened. Last one, hopefully. Friend. So the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board, according to the rules of passage.
Oh, please don't tell any of the crew. If they found my precious,
then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
Oh,
so reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. So reassuring. What part of the pet is your friend? A little puppy? Is it? It is, isn't it? I can't fucking read anymore. I am... My reading skills are degrading heavily. Maybe an adorable little rabbit? I'm just gonna sit here and play 20 questions with her about what it is. You credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may well ask. I have no idea. Ha! Ah. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerinas, friends. Isn't it obvious it must be a chicken? Really? Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you'd eat your friends? I'll remember that. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret not to be revealed. Ha ha ha. I'm just gonna laugh like that. She doesn't trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. I gotta show her something now? What do I gotta show her? You lied to me. You said it was only after the chat dialogue, and it's over. No. What am I supposed to show her? The crimes... Could she read the word? Look at this photograph, please. No. The newspaper article about her? About this article. She looks so beautiful, like a fairy. The speckled band. Oh, yeah. I am scared if my picture is in newspaper. You poor girl. She's so young, just 15 years old. For her to have run away all by herself, she must have felt very, very alone. No, the speckled band. Speckled band. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Oh, yeah. Yes, and he wrote it in last night before he died, something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then, a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilation grill. Speckled band? I don't understand. It kind of rhymed. It's strange, isn't it? It's strange, isn't it? But the villain he mentions joins this cabin, you see. Oh, yeah. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No, I don't know anything. He doesn't know shit. Knock, knock. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. Excuse me, Mr. Roylott. Yes, what? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. What? You must leave, now. Oh no, that's fine, don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott. Get out! The passenger said out, or you want me to throw you out. So we'll have to leave investigating this cabin until later. What a pity. Alright. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. Give me the save point. Give me the checkpoint. We were unceremoniously chased out. Okay, that is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Ouch. Yes. Alright, that is the end of the stream today. I am tired and my voice is hurting, so... When I used to do these things with Mo, it was a lot easier because I wouldn't have to do all the talking. I'm just tired because I exercised. I exercised before the stream. I was like, ugh, I'm tired. So, okay. Next week, I'm not doing a stream because I am going to a wrestling show on Friday night. So, that will be what I do. I don't know. Maybe I should substitute it. No, I'm busy. I'm busy out that week, too. Shit. I'm busy, like, all weekend. So, anyways, Mo's doing good. He's doing some moves, as usual, to try to see if he can get a better schedule that would make it so we could stream together again. That would be great, but... Anyways, talk to you guys later, and